Hello and welcome to Americans Learn. My name is Lauren and today I am looking at a video entitled Even More Times David Came Across as Posh. So this is yet another video about David Mitchell. This time, he's being posh again. I've enjoyed the comedy stuff that I've done on this channel, and I'm always looking for more. So this one was suggested to me by somebody, and I don't remember who, because I forgot to write it down. So if it was you, cheers. Much appreciated. I'm looking forward to it. I did want to give a shout out to some channel members before we get going. So I'm just going to list off a whole bunch of people here. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. So thanks to Joe Fravel. Thanks to Eric Schweer, Pterodactylus, Michael Burns, Gary Grow, Benjamin Huss, AK Arbich 3R91, and Jonathan H. Thank you so much for being members of the channel, for supporting it for so long. And if you want to continue to support, we much appreciate it. Lots of ways to support the channel. You can become a member. Super chats are a thing. Or if you can't support us monetarily right now, we understand that it's a terrible time to have any money. So leaving a comment, liking the channel, sharing it, watching other videos on the channel very much helps. We have a lot of stuff on here that people seem that they're not, like, I don't know why you're not interested. Be interested in the science and the history. We are. So we've got a whole lot of cool stuff there that, it might not be music or comedy, but I think it's still very interesting. So give those a shot as well. And now, without any further ado at all, more times David Mitchell came across as posh on Would I Lie to You? Let's get ready to laugh, y'all.
Aged 7, I wrote...
There it is.
Aged 7, I wrote to Father Christmas and told him I would much rather have a map of Saxon Britain than the roller skates I feared he was getting me.
Lee's team. Wow.
You know, I could see this being true, because I can't imagine baby David Mitchell ever roller skating or really doing anything particularly athletic at all. And it doesn't mean that he wants the map necessarily, but like, I'd rather have a map than the roller skates. Although maybe he did want the map. Maps can be kind of interesting and cool. There's some videos that we have, I think, by the Map Men that are very interesting. So I think maybe maps are cool to him, especially baby David.
Well, you know him best of all.
That's true. True.
You didn't want roller skates?
No.
Why did you think he was getting your roller skates?
Roller skates were a popular toy around, I'm not saying they're just a toy. Of course, they're a sports item, a novelty shoe.
Yeah.
But there were roller skates were being given.
Remember the Heelys? I wanted Heelys so bad. My friend had them, and he was always, wheeling around. I wanted them so terribly badly, but my mom probably made a good decision in not getting me Heelys ever, because I could barely walk like a person and not trip over nothing and air. So imagine me on roller skates. That would have been, I did do some roller skates badly, but like, that was when you were trying to do roller skates. Imagine if I had roller skates built into my shoe. It would have been a mess.
And I hated the thought of them.
What was the attraction of the map?
Well, I'm quite interested in history, and we'd done the Anglo-Saxons at school that term.
Makes sense.
Did you get the map?
I did, yes.
Do you still have the map?
No.
Why not?
Because a lot of its analysis of the Anglo-Saxon era has been discredited.
And at 7, you were able to work this out.
In fact, it was a very simplistic view of the way England was then, with these small number of rigidly divided kingdoms, and we just can't know that it was like that.
What are you thinking,
It
Angela?
was not accurate.
It's
so
the
get
kind
rid
of
it.
nerdy thing he probably would have done when he was 7. Yeah.
It's plausible, but I don't think it's true.
I am actually 50-50 on this. I think we're
it's
going to
true.
say... I think it's true. I'm going with Angela.
You're going to say it's true. OK. David, truth
it's true.
or lie?
It is a lie.
Of course it's a lie.
I really, really thought it was... Oh, wow. He got me on that one. I was like, no, there's no way he did... Like, of course he wanted the map. I'm trying to think of, I'm just remembering when I was, 9, I literally dressed up as Betsy Ross for Halloween. Like, Kids do nerdy shit.
I've yet to find the courage to make a contactless card payment. I considered it once, but decided that full PIN entry was the safer method.
Please, team, what do you think of that?
What do you fear, David?
Well, it's a security risk, isn't it?
Why is it security risk?
Well, because you don't have to put in your PIN.
The only security that's relevant is
Yeah.
that you know it's you. If you know it's fine, contactless and the PIN's the same thing.
Who among us can be sure of who we really are?
Where did you consider using it, David?
I've considered it a few times in a few places, because sometimes people suggest it, which I think is rather forward. They suggest you say, I'm sorry, am I keeping you? You haven't got time for me to enter 4 digits now.
I haven't used, like, debit in a long time. It's been a long time since I've used anything debit, honestly, and because that's the only time you have to put in your PIN here. I don't know if it works the same in Britain, but I have a debit card. Honestly, I have a debit card now for the first time in years, in like over a year, because someone hacked it at one point. So when I canceled it, I just I just didn't have a debit card for a very long time. The only time it comes in useful is if you need to get cash from an ATM. In my opinion.
You have an Oyster card?
Yes.
Ah, so you're happy with contactless there?
If the Oyster card gave you the option of putting in a PIN, I'd be all for it. But that's never been set up like that. No. And I'm not so weird as to go into Oyster HQ and ask to have a particular high-security Oyster card issued specially for me.
It's very hard to get.
Also, like, here at least, we have the options on the public transit cards to, like, you can have a pass that you pay a certain amount per, like, $60 a month to use the pass, or you can pay in increments, like, here's $10, and that's what's on the card right now. When the $10 is out, you post the other one. So, like, different strokes, because sometimes you don't need to be paying $60 a month for the full pass to do whatever you want to. You're not doing that much traveling on public transit. Sometimes you're doing more. So it's like, so I don't know, but, like, either way, you can have a little physical card that's not necessarily connected to anything directly. Like, you can put more money on it at the kiosk, or you can do it through the bank, but, like, you don't necessarily have to. You know what? This is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to what he's talking about. I'm just trying to figure out how Oyster cards work.
It's Oyster HQ, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to get like a knife and prise it open.
Well, you have to get past Pearl on reception.
Come on!
Have you ever used it then? Have you used it once?
I've yet to find the courage, so no.
Do you have a mobile phone?
I have a mobile phone.
Would you ever use Apple Pay? We can't call it that. Orange, well, we can't do that. They're a company as well. Would you ever use Pay?
Would you ever use your mobile phone?
You can, because I sometimes do that. I'm quite happy to get my phone out in M&S, and I feel quite cool. I hold it, and it pays it. Do you want a receipt? No.
No, I've never paid for anything like that.
You've never paid for anything with Apple Pay?
No.
What?
What are you talking about? Have you just got a new phone? Are you starting some new adverts that we don't know about, Rob?
All right, so what do you think?
What do we think?
I'm very scared of it, so
Scared of
I empathise with that, so, yeah, why not?
OK.
It seems so obviously him.
So you've got to go for a true.
I think he fears it,
I think it's false, because I don't think he's actually afraid of it. I think he's done it.
OK, you're saying it's true. David, you fear contactless payment, truth or lie?
It is, in fact, a lie.
Oh, he loves it.
Possession.
There'll be a little box under your desk.
Oh, I was like,
Thank you.
There's a card inside, David. Read the card out first, and then
This
when
is
you've done that...
just a little something me and Rob got you for Christmas.
And then, once you've read it out, then pop the object on the desk.
OK. These are 2 of the best gifts I was given last Christmas.
OK, and take them out and pop them on the desk.
That's a hat.
There we are. Right. Lee.
Well, first question is what... I can see what one of them is, but what's the other one?
It's a hat.
It's not... What's the stick
done,
thing?
David.
Yeah.
It's a wand. You know, like,
Okay.
you do magic with it.
Well, don't wave it around. Anything could happen here.
Who bought you it?
Yes.
My wife.
Oh.
That bit is true, in case you
Yeah.
wondered. He has got a wife, yeah.
He does have
Most people don't believe it at this point, but it is. He has got a wife.
Just to give us a fuller picture, let's see if the hat fits. And if it does,
Put
wear
it
it.
on and then
Okay.
let's get the full effect.
But does the wand fit?
And then hold the wand.
So,
He looks very smart.
cool.
Proper magician.
When you open the present, did you say, this is lovely, but what is it for?
It's no. She said it was a wand thing where you can. It's got a battery in it.
Oh, it's a cordless one.
And you can make it. You can make it be a remote control.
Am I allowed to touch David's wand?
You can inspect it if you want to, but don't damage it. I'll get. Do you want me to get it?
As it's
You don't
Christmas.
trust me to get it without damaging it?
I'm just happier when you sat
After what happened with the pen last time, I don't trust him at all.
down.
Okay. Get me the wand, please.
Are you
wand.
born in a little northern town called Double Entendre?
Actually, Cockermouth.
I don't know.
First thing is, I can't see any way you can get batteries in this thing, and it's got a light on the end, so obviously it does do something electronic.
So a watch
but I don't know where you would put a battery. You don't put a battery in the end of there, do you? Can you get a battery in the end of there?
No.
Oh, hello. Look, the end comes off, so we can definitely... It's an electronic item, definitely. That is a definite. And that's definitely a hat. I'm not an idiot.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Lee is not allowed to touch any of David's possessions ever again, or else he has to buy him a new one.
Well, something's come off the end. David, I'll get you another one, I promise.
You actually have lost
The end's fallen off the... There it is, there it is.
Give me the hat.
Oh, I've sat on the hat!
Good luck. Joe had the hats. Like, David must get, like, very tense anytime Lee touches anything that's his. Even if it's not even his. I have no idea if this is really his. Because it's last year, that seems a little late. But you know what? If this is true, more power to him. Like, for getting the magician's hat and, like, wand. That... from... at this age. That's so whimsical. I hope it's true. I don't think it is. But it does, you know, the little light up wand, that's fun.
Well,
Would you wear that in the house, the hat, David? Would you wear it around the house?
No, I wouldn't wear a hat indoors. Basically, you'd wear a hat like this when on the way from the cab to the scene of the murder.
So what do you think, Lee? What is your team thinking on this?
Well, I'm interested that Rob warns off manhandling and hurting it. Would David be that bothered?
I have got history on this show.
History of breaking
He
things.
owned a pen in one episode, when it was his pen.
And you broke it?
Damn right.
There was another episode where he was supposedly a beloved teddy bear that I didn't own.
Yeah, but
he didn't know, and he tore its head off.
I don't think I saw that one.
Now, David, I would like to know, was there any explanation from your wife at all? Because obviously you've picked this up.
Also, although I will say, Victoria, I can kind of see her getting him the hat. I can kind of see her, Victoria, I can see her doing it, knowing what I know of her. But would he consider it his best gift?
You haven't known what this is.
An explanation?
Yes, to
Is that
why
when you're given a present? Do you often do you ask for an explanation?
Let me
quite
finish.
aggressive, isn't
Let
it?
me finish, David. Was there any explanation at all as to why she married you?
No, she's never explained that, but I don't want to ask too many questions. I reckon I'm on to a good thing.
Don't think
My
about it.
husband bought me a dress that was 2 sizes too small once because he wanted me to lose weight so I could wear it. He did. And then when he gave it to me, he said, "Look forward to seeing you in it."
No, Joe! Oh, that's so trash. Oh, that sucks. I've done that to myself before to try and use it as motivation, and guess what? It does not work. Doesn't work. It just makes you feel bad about yourself, and then you eat more. Or in my case, drink more. I don't have a problem. I'm gonna do weird face like that for that.
So
Try and get that out of your head.
Coffin.
She said something about a coffin.
He did. And then when he gave it to me, he said, look forward to seeing you in it. So for his birthday, I bought him a coffin.
Good. Okay, good. See, I like that. Good job, Joe.
So what are you going to say then, Lee's team? Is he telling the truth?
Kelly, you're saying...
Lie.
You're saying lie? Go
Oh, I'll
lie.
say lie as
OK,
well,
I have to go with my team and say it's a lie.
So the team is saying lie. David, truth or lie?
It is true.
He considers them his best presents. And I guess that wand thing works. Like I said, I wouldn't be... Like they said in the last one, plausible. So I thought it was plausible, especially knowing Victoria. I just wasn't expecting him to have considered it his best presents.
I recently shooed a fox out of the garden by squirting it with water. 5 minutes later, I watched in horror as it returned with its brother and ate my plimsoll.
Lee's team.
All right, the only thing I know about plimsoll is that it's slang for shoe. And I learned that from a Molly American Girl doll book when I was like 8.
I've never heard anything so middle class in all my life.
But I don't know what kind of shoe it is.
Picture it. So you're in your house and you see the fox in the garden. Now you don't, with the greatest respect, you don't strike me as overly nimble.
No, I'm not overly nimble, but I'm just nimble enough.
Between 1 and 10, how quickly were you in the garden?
I went out in the garden at top speed for me,
Yeah.
which I'm afraid is now 6.7.
Anyway, you come out into the garden, you've got the hose, you see the fox.
And he sort of moves away a bit, shows a certain degree of fear of the alpha predator. He sees me and he thinks, do you know, I think I'm safe with this guy. And I thought, well, I can't have this. I can't have the fox thinking it's one. If I lose my power to frighten off foxes, what am I?
Can I answer that?
So I grab my hose and I swizzle some water at them. I don't want to soak the poor creature.
Did you put your thumb on the end?
So I did put my thumb on the end and I directed some water sort of towards the lawn, just kind of between him and me.
Yeah.
And that's enough. He's off.
I bet he went, after the fox went off, I bet he went.
Yeah.
I forgot he hadn't turned it off. Looked around sheepishly and thought, I better get those plimsolls.
Are you in your pyjamas?
I was wearing normal clothes.
Well, David, we've a different opinion on what normal clothes
Yes,
I mean, clearly, look at what you're wearing, Lee. That shirt. What is that?
Did you?
It was black tie, not white tie.
So in a nutshell, you had a fox in your garden, you come out, water the thing out the garden, then a little while later, it comes back.
2 of them come back.
2 of them.
Now, where are you at this point?
I'm in the kitchen.
Right.
Noticing they've come back to the garden, thinking, dear, oh dear.
There was deer there as well.
And then one of the foxes goes and grabs this plimsoll that I keep by the shed.
Why?
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking, like, why would the plimsoll's a shoe, right? Just chuck it at people? I don't know.
For walking around the garden.
One plimsoll?
What? No, there's 2. I keep 2.
Tiny suggestion, why don't you keep the plimsolls near the back door so you don't have to get your feet wet if it's raining?
Well, you're full of home improvement ideas. I don't know, because I'm a moron.
What happens to the plimsoll?
One of them savages this shoe.
What's the other one doing?
I don't know. I don't speak fox.
If you want to do a proper impression of a fox, I know a woman. Providing you're a tad gullible, we'll show you exactly. So go on. So
I said, hello, Mr. Fox. I'm trying to communicate with you. Perhaps you could stop pooing on my lawn.
Lee, what are you thinking?
Fundamentally, no Englishman leaves a pair of plimsolls as his garden footwear and keeps them by a shed.
So you're saying it's...
It's a lie.
It's a lie?
Yeah, I think it's a lie.
Well, I'll go with my team, even though I think it's true.
Saying it's a lie. OK, David. Squirting foxes in the garden, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
And then Lee, yeah, thought so, knew it.
Yes, it's a lie. David didn't squirt water at a fox only for it to return and eat his plimsoll.
I find it incredibly irritating when other people fiddle with my jigsaws.
That's true. He
Lee's team.
absolutely does. He absolutely finds that infuriating when other people fiddle with his jigsaws. Absolutely, that's 100%.
What was the last jigsaw you did?
It was a picture of the city centre in Oxford.
How many pieces was it?
1,000.
1,000?
What's your jigsaw etiquette?
My etiquette?
Well, when I say etiquette, I mean if you're doing a big jigsaw, you have to do it on something so that it doesn't upset everybody else's life. So what do you do it on?
My grandfather's coffin. Because we've all stopped hoping that he's ever going to come out. On a card table.
On a card table?
OK.
You have a card table?
That's nearly right.
And you start with the outside. You do the whole perimeter.
Yeah.
Where do you go then?
Then I go for recognisable objects in the scene.
So which particular recognisable bits are you looking for then?
Well, there's a building in the middle with a sort of dome and a spike. I'm an expert in architecture. So there was that thing, and there was several people wandering around, you know, like someone on a bicycle.
Whoa. He's saying, you know, specific. You're looking for specific things.
Yeah.
A person can go anywhere in the jigsaw.
No, they can't. They can only go where they go.
Yeah.
You can't. Oh, I put a person.
nature
I'm
of
going to put him up there.
When you do a jigsaw, Lee...
Yeah. I don't, David, because I've got a life, but carry on.
Yeah. No, fair enough. No, I was going to say, do you use scissors? Because that's a...
You know I'm not
That's
allowed.
a
Scissors!
So generally, 1,000-piece jigsaw, you're coming back to it now and again.
Yeah.
My roommate does jigsaw puzzles a lot, all the time. And this is throwing her under the bus a little bit, but they're just so, like, she does them on the kitchen table. She has now she has this. She didn't always, like a big pad thing, like a big piece of wood, but it was made specifically for this, that she can move around and she can remove the jigsaw from the table to another place when she's not using it to do jigsaws. But there's like an entire corner of our like living area that's just just piled of jigsaws. like it's like I wish that we had a box or something that we could put these in, keep them out of the way a little bit more, but we don't. But at least she has the mat now that she can use it to move around, so that like we can use the kitchen table. Commitments
Permitting, how long does it take?
Let's say 3 months.
OK, 3
All right,
months?
let's say it. 3 months.
For a 1,000-piece jigsaw. He's only working on it like 5 minutes a day then, isn't he? Just saying, my roommate can do these puzzles in like 2 days. Like, it does not take her long at all to do a 1,000-piece jigsaw. And that's if she's working on it for a little bit, you know. And she's like usually watching the baking show or something while she's doing it. Like, she can crack out 1,000 pieces pretty quick.
3 months. It's a 1,000-piece jigsaw, 333 pieces a month.
Excessive.
So he's doing about 90 pieces a week. So he's doing about 15 pieces a day, right? 15 pieces a day is borderline. You need help.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't need help, and I don't like it when people help.
That's the point.
So, Lee.
Oh, see, but now I'm like, maybe he's just really busy, and because like that's not even enough time to like really get into the zone of a jigsaw. Like 15 pieces, like that's like, unless he's doing it for like an hour one day and then he doesn't get back to it for another week, you know. But like, Because, like, the whole point of a jigsaw is to, you sort of, like, you get into a zone. It's relaxing. Like, it's calming, right? Like, doing 15 pieces is just adding stress.
What's it going to be? Alex?
Well, if he was into jigsaws properly and he didn't want a fiddler, you put cling film on it.
What?
You're even weirder than me. Wouldn't the cling film sort of stick to the pieces, and then so when you pick the cling film up, it would sort of undo
what you do,
weeks and months of work?
No.
That's horrible,
Because you buy a massive tray.
Yeah.
You do it on the tray. Not only can you carry it around if you need to dust, but also the cling film wraps underneath.
You've watched far too many features on the one show, haven't you? This week we're talking about tricks for jigsaws. You probably think it's just the four corners you have to know, but no, get your cling film ready, we'll tell you after.
But, because, like, also, it's like, it depends on how big the tray is, though. Because, like, again, a 1,000-piece jigsaw's pretty big. You have to get a big tray. Although, a good idea, like I said, my roommate has, like, a huge thing that she can do it on. Cling film's good at it. I think her thing, like, closes, though. I think she can, like, it can set up and then you can close it.
John, do you think it's...
Well, I can see. I think David's a contemplative type of person, you know, and jigsaw puzzles kind of allow you that loose space to be to be a ruminative. It takes you to a ruminative place that you wouldn't otherwise enter in the normal run of events.
But just to clarify, is it true or false?
Yeah. True.
Okay, go, true.
OK.
You're going to say true? OK. David, truth or lie?
It is true.
But maybe David has learned a new trick about keeping his jigsaws, keeping his jigsaws separate, you know? Now he's learned something. Good for him. Right. I always enjoy these, so thank you so much for watching with me. I hope you enjoyed as well. Let me know what I should watch next, and I will see you in the next video.